Hey, good afternoon my friends, it's Krebs here, and today I'm going to be doing a cast on the new patch 1.29 and what are my perceptions on it, and just some general gameplay so we can get a feel of what this patch is like. You guys have already been probably playing it, maybe some of you haven't been playing it and you want to actually see what it's like. You're going to be playing it soon. So alright, so let's get ahead and go get started here. So I'm not going to be focusing on any planes in specific this time, or doing any really analysis. But I'm going to be showing you the general changes, so to say, of the new patch. So the patch notes you can find in the description box below. I'm not going to list off every single one of them because there are quite a number, and if you want to find out the nitty-gritty details, then you can go ahead and read that in your own time. But what we'll be focusing on this video is just the big major ones. So where will we start? New user interface, nice and sexy looking if you ask me. I think it looks pretty cool. Nice and easy to jump into a battle. Things are conveniently located in the top. Yeah, and you got also a ranking bar, a chart that shows you how many people are playing, in which country, how long is expected, what tiers, and so on and so forth. So that's really nice to see that addition. But what can I say about this patch so far? A lot has changed. I feel like it's still the same game, don't get me wrong. This is still War Thunder. But planes fly differently. What you were used to in 1.27 is not the same in this patch. I noticed it when initially flying in a few games in my King Cobras, just about every single plane. They fly just about differently. And it's not only flying, it's also how you shoot as well. I noticed that guns overheat a lot quicker, and the heat actually dissipates a lot slower. Meaning you can't really spam your 37mm cannon and not expect to overheat until the final few rounds. You're going to be overheating quite relatively fast, and you're going to have to be more selective on when you fire. Okay, so another big addition was the ammunition belts. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I've got, I'll briefly talk about these. So you got two different belts depending on what you've got available to you, or two different selections here. This is the Raisin. And because this has machine guns and cannons, then you can select different ammo belts for those two weapons. So for example, let's take a look at the machine gun here. It has omni-purpose ammunition belt. You can see that it's equipped with tracer, AP, HE, and incendiary bullets. So that's your just general purpose sort of stuff. Tracers allows you to actually see where the bullet is going, and so you can adjust your shot. And I'm sorry if this is actually going to be basic for some of you guys out there. Maybe some professionals already know exactly what this is all about, but bear with us. This is for beginners and intermediates and people just who are curious to know what it's about. So tracers are used to adjust your actual fire angle so you can try to lead your target more appropriately. AP, armor piercing, usually generally used for higher armored planes and also vehicles on the ground. HE, high explosive, good at taking out other planes. And also I, which is incendiary, that's gonna scorch planes on fire. How do each of these ones work exactly? I can't really tell you. I can't say, for example, oh, when you hit a plane with incendiary round, it's definitely gonna set them on fire. I've noticed a lot of different things. For example, you set somebody on fire, then they will actually snuff out the fire, and the black smoke trail will eventually go out all completely, and it'll look like as if they're flying normally. I can't tell if that's engine damage. I can't tell if that's them set on fire from an incendiary. I'm not sure. I think I might as well actually say it right here, right now. This is a new patch. There's a lot to absorb. People are a little bit confused and in a disarray. They don't know exactly what's going on specifically, and I know you're going to be looking to me for a bit of answers, and I'm going to provide what answers I can, but there's still stuff that I need to pick up on over time from you guys, and also from the devs as they try to explain things. Other things that you can see, there's ammunition belt with APTTT. That's going to allow you to adjust. You're going to be using something like that to help you adjust your cannon fire if it has so many tracer rounds. You got stealth attack, which has no tracers at all, so then your opponents who you're tailing aren't going to be seeing those tracer rounds behind, in front of them, and they're not going to be thinking that somebody's going to be behind them. But they're still going to be able to hear you shooting nearby. Self-attack has HE, AP, 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 I. So trying to maximize damage, I suppose. When it goes on to the actual cannons, here you go. May as well take a look here. You guys can just read it off yourselves. But yeah, I think the general purpose behind the stealth attack, and the ones that I've actually gone for as a stealth attack ammunition belt, is because it has no tracer ammunition in it. People will be inclined to go for tracer ammo, and it's not necessarily wrong to use it, but it doesn't really make sense to me. Why would you have tracer ammo in arcade battle when it already looks like you have tracer ammo? I mean, you already see the lines where your shots actually go. So then what's the point of tracers? Isn't that almost like a tracer itself? You're ready to see where your shots are going, and not only that, but you've got a marker that shows you about where you're supposed to actually aim for. So in my opinion, there's actually not going to be a point in using tracers in arcade battles. I could understand it in historical and also for real battles where you don't actually have a marker to aim at. Fair enough, tracers are going to be very useful to use then, but apart from that, I don't think there's a point in having tracers at all in arcade battle, and that's why I've opted for the stealth attack. I'm going to try to maximize damage with the HE, incendiary, armor piercing, and that's what I've opted for. Each plane will have their own different belts. What is the default ammunition belt? That's what I'm trying to find out as well, and from my quick scounging around on the forums, some people have been saying different things, but general consensus is it depends on the plane. Some planes will have HE, HET for their default rounds. Some will have armor piercing for their default rounds. So, I don't know. This is something I wish that Gaijin could be a little bit more transparent about. It'd be nice to see what the default ammunition belt is. If setting somebody on fire with incendiary is actually possible. And if you've caught somebody on fire, is it due to engine damage or is it due to your incendiary round? I don't know. Okay, other things that have been added, backup planes. This is a little bit of a funny feature. You pay basically, say, it depends on which plane you use. It gets more expensive the higher the tier. But for a small amount of Golden Eagles, you can effectively use this plane twice at maximum in each match. So it's a little price, but it could add up very, very quickly. For example, you know, I think the King Cobra, the P63A over here, is about 40 Golden Eagles. If you want to call that back onto the field, that's 40 Eagles. And that's every time you use it. So it's going to be expensive to actually use these things in the long run. And will I personally be using it? Probably not. I don't really see the point in it. I could imagine people using like Yak 9T, and if they're in a squad, then, you know, effectively having up to 8 Yak 9Ts per match in a 4-man squad. That could be a bit hectic and crazy, but I probably won't be spending anything on it. Price is a bit too steep for, in my opinion. I mean, it's cheap, but in the long run, it's going to take a toll on your Golden Eagle, so I'm not going to bother with it. What else can I say? I think that's pretty much it. I think maybe we are at the point where we should jump into an actual match. So let's go ahead and actually do that. So as you can see, nice neat changes over here. You've got all this stuff added in. Looks nice and pretty. I love it. You've got the tiers showing you what to expect. Apparently it's about 3 seconds to get a game as Americans. Nice! Nice and fast. I like it. But I've heard a lot of different things about this patch. Some people have already been messaging me and saying, Krebs, what do you think about this patch? Well, I haven't played it that much. I can't really say firmly what it's about and what I think about it. But a few people have been messaging me complaining that this patch is broken. They don't like the damage model. Do I agree? Not really. Actually, from my first 3 games I've played in this so far in this patch, fair enough. I feel like I can actually get downed easier now, but I still feel like it's just exactly the same game. You have more areas that you can get hidden. They're saying around approximately 10 extra areas you can get shot in, but I feel like I can get shot sometimes down quicker, but I still feel like it's generally the same game, and I don't really have any big complaints about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to land the Krebs way, see if this still works. Yeah, yeah, you can still land the Krebs way. Okay, this patch is definitely officially endorsed by Krebs, if you can still land the Krebs way. I'm nice and happy about it. Oh, look at those suckers back there who missed out. My bad. But yeah, you can get hit in different ways now, and I actually noticed that, yes, you can set people on fire, and sometimes the fire will be snuffed out. You can get shot in the tail, and in 1.27 when you got shot in the tail, you pretty much were limited to heading in a straight line and eventually crashing into the ground. What I noticed is you can get shot in the tail now, and you can still be flying. Obviously with not nearly as much control as previously when you still had your tail, but you can still stay aloft a little bit longer than normal, and I think that's due in part to the more realistic damage models. A nice welcoming feature in my opinion. I think it adds a bit more realism and dynamics to the actual game, and I'm quite happy with that. Ooh, let's try to go for this ME, but I want to mention a point right here. I feel like the planes fly quite differently, and I wanted to say to you guys, notice how fast this thing heats up. Definitely the King Cobra did not heat up this fast before. Gun sounds different. Look at that. See? Look how hot it gets so quickly. And you got to be a lot more careful with your actual shots. Aim a little bit up here because he's trying to go up. Oh, there we go. Long range shooting. Much. But the planes fly differently. I felt like the King Cobra in 1.27 was a lot more maneuverable. I feel like it's a bit more sluggish now, and I can't say what the King Cobra was like in real life. I'm not a historian. I'm not an aviator pilot. I have never flown a King Cobra in real life, so I can't really say what it was like in real life. But if these are meant to be more based on real flight models, then I'm perfectly okay with that. However, it's something that you're going to have to get more accustomed to actually doing, because if you're used to flying the King Cobra in 1.27, well, it flies differently in 1.29, so it's just going to be readjusting to this actual new plane. B-25 up there. Oh, he's smoking bad. He is smoking bad. Look at that. Nice addition of effects. You can see the plane spinning out of control as they're falling down out of the sky. I think it looks spectacular. I think, you know, Gaijin, so happy you made some of these changes. I want to give you guys a kiss on the cheek or something, a big hug, because I think it looks spectacular how some of these planes just disintegrate and fall apart. And yeah, well done to you guys. So let's try taking out some BF-109s over here. Oh, I feel like I do have to be a lot more careful with this actual gun firing now, because I was saying, it gets hotter a lot quicker. Other planes, such as the Raisin, if I fly out in it, I'll show you, but I feel like when you're going at high speed in the Raisin, which is a Japanese plane, the Americans are actually able to use it. Well, I've got bombs attached to me, no wonder I'm flying a bit slower here. The Americans can actually use that plane. I feel like as soon as it gains a lot of speed, it has no control in turning. And I suppose that's expected with any plane that has too much airflow going over its wings. But at the same time, again, it's one of these things that you have to adjust to, because I felt like previously in 1.27 it wasn't like that. And so these planes fly differently. I don't know what the low tier planes are like. I still need to fly out in them. So it's a learning process not only for you guys, but also me. Can't know everything instantly. Okay, let's try to get this SU-2 out of the sky. Let's try to get him. But the thing is, I don't really know, and I find this a little bit irritating. And a guy's crashed into me. Thank you very much. Thank you for ruining my kill streak, whoever that was. Oh dear. I can't even remember what I was saying. But yeah, it's a learning process for me. Okay, so that's a King Cobra down. I'll go ahead into my Raisin. Maybe I can talk about this a little bit more. That's frustrating. I was about to get that guy, and instead an asshole crashes into me. Absolutely fuck you. So irritating indeed. I think still one thing that they need to fix in this game, and I know it's going to be a bit difficult to implement, but it's team damage and team killing. It irritates me so much when somebody crashes into you and it's not your fault. I know it could be kind of hard to actually judge how would they be able to penalize the correct person, but I mean, come on, there needs to be some way some way that you can detect that a plane has crashed directly into somebody with their nose first into the back of your plane or into any segment of your plane, and because it was their nose that crashed into you, or the trajectory, actually yeah, that would make a lot more sense, the trajectory of their plane crashed into you, then it should be them that should be penalized for causing damage to you or downing you. Okay, so we've got a number of guys that are being chased at the moment, so rather than going for the kills that other people are going for, I'll try to help them out with teammates. So lag 3 first, easy kill, lower tier plane, aircraft gone, slow down, and see, I've got a lot of airspeed. Right now, and I feel like it's hard to maneuver around this plane. And not now, because I've obviously slowed down a bit more. Oh. I think that was a Yak 92, was it? Yeah, you can still hear that distinctive sound. The actual sounds of a lot of these plane cannons have changed. Okay, let's get this Yak 90. It's good stuff. Watch out, guys. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, Krebs! Sort yourself out. Yeah, I crashed into the ground there because I was looking at a different angle, and I think just because my keys were still on the normal controls, it meant I was going down towards the ground. So anyway, that's the Raisin. Let's go on to some other planes. The BF-109, American captured German plane. As I was saying in a previous video, underpowered for its tier because the Germans have the availability of this plane at tier 7, whereas this is tier 9. Oh yeah, another big change. Economy system. People, you can buy planes, you can repair planes a lot cheaper. However, actually buying planes, new ones, is a lot more expensive. And I'm sort of regretting that I didn't buy planes in the last patch. I had some available to me that I could have bought, and I could have done it for cheaper, and I wish I could have done it, and I wish I did do it, but instead I didn't. And now, so it's more expensive to actually buy new planes, but cheaper to actually repair them. Fair enough. I guess that's one way to fix the economy system. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't really speak for the people who have non-premium accounts here, because I don't actually have a non-premium account. And generally speaking, I actually do usually get a lot of kills in the game, so, you know, making credits, Lions, XP isn't generally difficult for me, but I could understand, you know, if you do lose a lot of planes during the match, it can be a bit frustrating. Oh, I think we got somebody on me. Oh, fuck. Whoa. So what's going on? What's going on? Oh my gosh. It's a crazy dogfight here. A lot of people are on me, I know, a lot of people are on me, but I can't be evasive now. Oh, come on! Please tell me I crashed into him. No? Or I think I must have clipped him there. Slightly, because he was making a pass over me. It's pretty funny. And let's go into the King Cobra over here. So there's some other things I think. Bomb activation time, gun targeting distance. I'm not sure if the bomb activation time was there before. Fuel amounts have been increased substantially. So no more of this 5-minute fuel on every single aircraft. It's around, well, it depends on which plane you're using, but it's generally about 30 minutes or more. On this one, it's 45 minutes. Still, another thing I really wish that Gaijin could be more transparent about. Does that mean that fuel is being used in a match now? Why can't they have a bit of an FAQ going on when they release a new patch? It'd be nice if they could have some FAQs, but they don't. It'd be nice to actually know if fuel is being used now in a match. We'll help out this bullfighter here. It generally looks like there's a lot more on their team than us. I don't know, it actually looks about equal. Looking at the scoreboard, but I see a lot more red on the field. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I see a lot more red than I see blue. Oh my god. Sorry, but I've got to head on back. I've got to head on back. There's way too many of them over there to go in by myself. Gotta wait for the rest of my team to come along. Hopefully some stragglers on their team will be coming this direction first. So where's everyone? Where is everyone? No, seriously, where is everyone? I don't see where the rest of my team is. They're all back here. Oh fuck. Where did he come from? Yak 7B. Oh my gosh. See, this is what I feel like. I feel like planes do a lot more damage to you now. I actually feel like it. Like, look at this. I've already taken massive damage to my wings. Okay, I'm trying to lose speed here. But I think he's trying to do that as well. He's trying to get me. Okay. But yeah, I feel like planes take a lot more damage a lot easier now. Look at that. I've barely got any holes in my wings. Yet... I've barely got any holes in my wings. Look at that. But yeah, I've got... reddish, almost red wings on the damage model. How the hell? Okay, he's gone. Oh fuck me. Oh no. I've got no chance against this. No chance. And my wing has come, or my tail has come off. I don't know. Generally I think the damage model is okay. It can be fixed though. I think this is just a bit ridiculous. I mean, look how many... I had no bullets in my wings. Absolutely 0 bullets in my wings. And yet I was shot down so fast. Come on. It feels like they're penalizing planes a lot easier now. They're easier to destroy. Maybe that's due in part to more places to target. I don't know. More areas of damage. Okay, 6 kills, 4 deaths. Not that good of a kill streak at the moment. But yeah, they've introduced a number of different planes as well. Something I still haven't taken a big look at. In my last video on the 1.29 patch, we were taking a look at the Donier, which is basically like the German sort of bullfighter. I'll have to do a serious video on that. Okay. King Cobra. Whoa, he got set on fire much. No, no. Go away, go away. Okay, we can get on top of him. We can get on top of him. Criticaled, and he's gone. Nobody behind me. Thank God. That's alright. And we got a spit coming around this direction. And an AR too. Okay. Another thing that I noticed, and I actually haven't done this yet, but a few people that I've been flying with have been saying that the repair times are a lot longer now. I don't know if it's true. Don't hold me to it, okay? But I've heard that it depends on how much damage has been done to your plane. So, for example, if your plane has been criticaled and has a black engine and you land, it's going to take about a minute or so to actually get fully repaired. Whereas if you have slight damage, it's going to be a lot shorter. Oh, fuck me. Come on, man. I mean, I think that's something that I could have avoided there, but at the same time, he's not helping the matter. Not good. Krebs is trying to hold a smile right now, but it's kind of difficult to do. It's kind of difficult to do right now. Ugh! I couldn't even avoid that. Like, I saw the guy coming up, and I wanted to avoid it, but just because I was turning, like, I mean, I couldn't just immediately out-turn and go a different direction. That's frustrating. I'm gonna blame it on him. Okay, so Donier over there. And their planes are whittling down. They've hardly got anyone left on team. So I guess my question for you guys is, what do you guys think about so far about this patch? It's a big change, and I think some things still need to be addressed. I wouldn't say the patch is broken. I wouldn't say the patch is broken, but I think some things do need to be addressed, okay? Such as dying too easily. I know it's not World of Tanks. I know you don't have a health bar, so to say. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But theoretically speaking, you don't have a health bar that you can see. Oh man. Wow, look at that! Back gunner! Little back gunner! Set my fuselage almost red. I've got barely any damage holes in my body. You having a joke? You actually having a laugh? I think that's something that's not right. That is one thing that needs to be changed. You take way too much damage too fast. Look at this! The plane is near enough pristine condition. And the fuselage is pink, turning red. Don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I think the damage scheme in the previous patch was just fine. I like how there's more areas you can damage your opponent's plane, and that they're not going to die instantly. But I don't like the damage system where you get killed so easily. That is a bit ridiculous in my opinion. Okay, so 7 kills. Still getting the most points in the match because probably a lot of assists there. Doing, okay, 1 assist, but probably doing a lot of damage on a variety of planes. So there you go, guys. A war fighter. And I suppose that is a summarization of my opinions thus far. As I was saying, there's still a lot to actually pick up on this actual new patch, and I'm gonna make more videos on it as soon as I start learning more. So, you know, expect a video every day, every other day, and hopefully I'll pick up on some more stuff. So until next time, I will catch you all later.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.